Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server and it's patch 1.5.94. First on our list is Paquito. His maximum stack is now lower by 1 point. And he can now get stacks even if his skills don't hit a target. But in exchange, he no longer gains stacks with basic attacks. Another change is the ultimate. Instead of getting 2 stacks, it now only gives 1. They also adjusted his second skill. Higher damage in the late game, but in exchange, it now has a longer cooldown. Honestly, I'm not sure if this is a buff or nerf on Paquito. If you're a Paquito user, is this good news or not? Next is Kimmy. The developers think she is hard to use, so they'll adjust her core feature. They increase the lifesteal and energy of her basic attacks and first skill. Her basic attacks will regen more, while her first skill costs less. The attack interval of the two is also adjusted, making them the same. The patch says her basic attack will now deal magic damage, but it's still physical. I also made some tests on both servers and I think the changes on Kimmy are still not applied. One thing that's applied is the new basic attack button. The skills will fade if you hold the basic attack button. Next is Tigreal. The developers think the range of his first skill is too long, so they'll shorten it. Here is the side-by-side comparison. It's now shorter but only a little. Next is Karina. Higher second skill damage, but they nerfed her passive and first skill. The extra damage from her passive is lowered and the movement speed for her first skill is now at 40% on all levels. Overall, I think this is a nerf because of the lower passive damage. Next is Eve. They lowered the damage of her ultimate and shortened the immobilized duration when a target is at the edge. Is this enough to put her out of the ban section? Next is Balmond. He just got buffed with lower cooldowns on his second and ultimate skill. That -1 second cooldown on his spinning skill is a big thing. Next is Lunox. It's a nerf on her passive skill. Lower conversion of cooldown to penetration and defense stats. I think this is just fair because of the new damage calculation. Next is Mathilda. Higher base damage on her enhanced basic attack. And adjustment on her first skill. Higher magic power but lower decay ratio. Next is Luo Yi. They lowered the damage of her yin-yang reaction in the early game. In exchange, they increased the range of her ultimate. I did some comparisons and the range at level 1 is indeed longer. But when the skill is at level 3, the range is the same as the official server. Next is Benedetta, a nerf on her HP and physical defense. I think it's because she can easily equip defense items and still be an effective damage dealer. Next is Minotaur. He now gets more rage when hitting non-hero units with his skills. His ultimate will also generate 10% more rage. Lower heal per second when using his ultimate. I think this is fair since he's almost unkillable in this state. Next is Popol and Kupa. Lower HP on Kupa and longer cooldown for his traps. Is this the end of support Popol and Kupa? Next is the bug fix on Lancelot's ultimate. He can now pierce through obstacles easier than before. Next is Phoveus. Shorter cooldown on his first skill and higher damage for his ultimate. Dash type heroes will have a harder time against him. Next are the item changes. To cope up with the new damage calculation, some of the items with penetration will be adjusted. Divine Glaive's magic penetration is now lower by 5%. Malefic Roar's physical penetration is lowered by 5%. Genius One's defense reduction is lowered by 1 point per stack. War Axe's physical attack is lowered by 5 points. Higher magic power for Shadow Twin Blades. lower magic damage reduction for radiant armor, but they increase its HP stat, and higher damage when activating Twilight Armor's unique passive. Next are the roaming skill changes. They lower the bonus stats from Encourage, and Favor will not be triggered if there's no ally nearby that needs to recover HP. Last one is the new turret shift feature, where it lets you see the HP of the turret just like this. So what can you say about the update? Also, sorry for missing the advanced server update these past weeks. Our servers were not included in the update, that's why we don't have any information about the patch. So that's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.